Hi, I'm John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy, with another Global Real Estate School podcast. Welcome to the podcast. My name is John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy, and this is episode 165. Well, I want to talk to you about options today. Now, I know we have talked about options in the past, but specifically today, I just want to remind you that if you were to see a question that said, who has to perform or go through with an option if an option is fulfilled, would it be the buyer or the seller? Who's required to complete an option? And the answer would be the seller. Remember, with an option, the buyer can or they cannot choose to purchase the property. Now, if the buyer doesn't go through with the option, they're going to lose their money, any deposit they've put down. But a buyer has the choice to either go through or not go through with an option. The seller, they have to sell the property under an option if the buyer wants to exercise their option. So I don't know how they could word that question, but if you saw a question, or if you see a question, I should say, because it's hopefully you will get this information before you take the exam. But if you see a question that wants to know who's required to go through with the transaction, is it the optionor, the optionee, the buyer, the seller, however they word that, whatever choices you have, it is the seller. The seller's got to go through with the deal if the buyer wants to exercise their option. But the buyer, they actually have the choice to say, you know what, we've changed our mind, we don't want the property. And if they do that, they're going to lose any of their deposit or monies they've paid down. So be sure and know information about options. They will probably ask you a couple of questions about options. I actually cover a lot of really cool stuff about options in my coaching course that I have entitled MyRealEstateExamCoach.com. You need to check that out. If you want to pass the real estate exam, it's MyRealEstateExamCoach.com. You know, I was talking to someone the other day, and they did not pass the exam, and they were talking about, I'm going over the questions, I'm taking all these practice questions, and I'm doing great. And you know what? Practice questions are important. But My Real Estate Exam Coach gives you short videos. It gives you the flashcards so you understand the concepts. Yes, I have lots of questions with My Real Estate Exam Coach, but it's much more than taking questions. You need to know the concepts and the definitions, as well as taking practice exams. That's why My Real Estate Exam Coach is so important. So I encourage you to check it out. Go to MyRealEstateExamCoach.com or go to GlobalRealEstateSchool.com. You can find it there as well. Hey, as always, thank you for listening to the podcast. We appreciate you giving us a like and 5 stars and some nice comments on the podcast. And also check us out on YouTube. Be sure and subscribe over there as well. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast for Global Real Estate School. I'm John Mayfield, the Real Estate Tech Guy. Go out and make it a great day.